It's Destination Newry. It's the morning programme reaching out to you from the heart of Newry, right across the planet. Delighted to welcome into studio this morning Barry Feagan from the Southern Regional College.
Morning,
How
Rowan.
good to see you. You're from the Spice Project there, Barry.
I am indeed, Rowan, I am indeed.
What is the Spice Project?
Well, Rowan, the Spice Project is an initiative developed by the Southern Regional College in partnership with the Department of Employment and Learning.
Yes.
Through their Collaboration and Innovation Fund, Pathways to Success strategy.
Lovely.
And as a college, we applied for funding last year to deliver a project to 16 to 24-year-olds across the entire Southern region.
Yeah.
Young people who are disengaged from education. And what our intention is to develop programs to accommodate their needs. This is a program for young people who don't conform to mainstream provision for whatever reason. The reasons are relevant. This is people with issues, with personal issues, people who maybe got involved in antisocial behaviour. And what we intend to do is develop...
Or people simply who didn't like school.
And
I would have been one of those big time.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
People who feel that they can't or won't conform to mainstream provision. So what we intend to do is develop programs to suit the needs of the young people. Because we firmly believe that these young people have the potential to attain a certain level of education.
Yeah. And where do you find these young people? Do you advertise and do they come to you?
Well, we take referrals in from different statutory, community and voluntary organisations. We market it through the likes of the local papers and hopefully a bit of marketing through your own programme here this morning.
Yeah.
You might get a few looking at it and saying, that's just exactly what I need.
Yeah.
And then we take referrals from the likes of different teams within the likes of the social services there.
So Barry, when they come to you, when the folk come to you, do you do an analysis of their needs?
Well, what we do is we sit down and we have just an informal chit-chat, assess what their needs, assess where they are at the moment and what provision we can put into place for them. And then off the back of that, then we develop programs to suit their needs.
Okay. Is there a pattern, so far in the programme, is there a pattern developing that's giving you a clear indication of a particular strand of need?
There's no specific pattern. Now, the programs that we have delivered to date range from first aid programs to sports programs, hair and beauty programs, catering programs. We accommodate the needs of everybody because everybody's individual and everybody has desires and everybody has places they want to be in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time. And all we're there to do is put in a support network that will help these young people adapt and deliver these programs.
Yeah, and when they come to you, it must be a great moment for them because they're able to feel that they've got a second, third, or fourth chance that they never thought would come along.
Well, that's very true, Rowan, in the fact that a lot of these young people have left school at 15, 16 years of age. They're now in their late teens, maybe early 20s. And in terms of any formal recognition and qualifications, they don't really have any. But one thing that we always believe in is actually two things we believe in. One, that it's not a true reflection of their cognitive ability. Just because they haven't achieved a formal qualification doesn't mean they haven't the ability to learn. And two, it's not a true reflection of their ability to attain a qualification.
Yeah, and the qualification can be anything, like a first aid certificate perhaps, but can it be seen as a stepping off point into the world of formal education again?
Oh, without a doubt. What we intend to do through the programme is give these young people the personal skills and the resources to take the next step and say, do you know what? I took part in one of the Spice programmes.
Yeah.
It's a step into the Southern Regional College. It's a step into further education. And it's not really what I perceived school to be like when I was at school.
Yeah.
It's done informally in the fact that you call the teachers by their first names. You don't have to put your hand up if you want to maybe leave the room. They allow you to take a phone call in the class. So it's not what these young people remember school to be like. It's less informal. But what it is, it's a conducive environment to effective learning. Yeah,
and the young fellow who comes in, the young girl who comes in to take the first aid course, that person could go on to do nursing or paramedic.
Oh, without a doubt. These young people get the skills then to, as I said, the personal resources to make decisions,
themselves.
and form a pathway from themselves. See, a lot of these young people have the capability, they have the potential, and we're just there. We're putting a support network into place to help them realise their potential.
You're lifting the roadblocks off the pathway,
Yeah, well,
allowing them a clear passage.
Oh, without a doubt, whatever barriers that they put into place, we'll aspire to break down every barrier. Now, we do get young people coming along that are referred through different organisations and whatnot, and they will tell you, well, I can't come because the program's in Newry and I live in Warren Point. Well, then, where possible, we'll help support them with transport costs. Or you might get somebody in their late teens, early 20s and say, I would love to do it, but you know what? I have a wee child at home. Well, then we'll support them in their childcare provision as well. So,
and this would indicate that you're recognising a potential for greatness in these young people.
Without a doubt, everybody has the potential to learn. Everybody has the potential to improve themselves. And we're not aspiring for every young person to leave the programme and go on and do a university degree or whatever. We just want young people in the southern region to maximise their own potential, just to do their best and be good at what they do.
Is it too soon to say and to illustrate the success of the project by one person who has been a remarkable success on it?
Well, everybody that has taken part in the programme is extremely successful in their own right. But I'm just taking one person in, just sprung to mind there. You just caught me off guard there. No, but one person springs to mind is a young lad in Craigavon who wasn't in a good place a year or two back. And with ourselves there, he's taken part in a couple of short level 2 programmes. And we did a bit of personal development work with him. And now, at the present, literally as we speak, we discussed it last week, and he's now in the middle of applying for a youth placement through the European Voluntary Scheme for a 6-month placement to go to Greece to work in a youth setting over in Greece.
That's huge.
Do you know what I mean? This time last year, 18 months ago, that lad never would have been failed within this realm whatsoever. It just never would have happened.
But Barry, this is part of the growing ethos of the Southern Regional College. You are different in that you welcome everyone to your shores, and they come in, and in many cases you're reaching into the bottom of the barrel and pulling the weaklings up to the top and sending them forth in the world.
Yes, and that's the certain amount of truth in that, Rowan. We in the Southern Regional College we're an all-inclusive college. We cater for everybody within the region, regardless of their ability, and where possible we'll develop programmes. I suppose as facilitators, we are able to modify our behaviour to suit the needs of those members of society who feel unable to participate in programmes. And they're in such a way we develop programmes and projects and courses to accommodate their needs.
And you know, when they come to you, a completely new door opens, quite apart from the learning. They become part of the family of learning. They make new friends, new colleagues, and friendships grow.
Oh, without a doubt, that's a huge element of the SPICE project is personal development. And as well as arming these young people with sort of academic and training skills, we aim to make them socially inclusive. And as you said, that may mean making friends with a group of people that you've never met before, that will develop and give people the skills maybe to say, look in the newspaper, look in the job centre, whatever, and say, there's a job, I didn't think that I had the ability to do that or apply for that or fill in a CV and send it away for a voluntary post or a job somewhere. And what we intend to do is give these people these skills to be more socially inclusive.
Well, I think you're doing an absolutely superb job over there, because I never liked school. I told you this at the beginning, and there was nothing like this there for me. I was left to my own devices. Now, because I would always swim rather than sink, I did all right. But I mean, there are people who, when they leave school with very little, it could be the seeds of their destruction.
Without a doubt, that's very, very common. And it's a social perception that if you leave school at 16 years of age with no qualifications, that's where you stay, you're rigidly fixed in that position. But it's not. What we do, as I say, we develop programmes to suit the needs of the young people, alternative programmes. Now, some young people there see the mainstream provision of education as a barrier in itself. So, for example, you look at maybe a a 24-week program. That's a long, long time in some young people's minds.
Yes, yeah.
So rather than deliver one 24-week program, deliver 6 4-week programs or 4 6-week programs.
That's
but
doable.
design the program so that they can see something achievable. They can see, listen, after 4 weeks, I have attained a certain level.
Yeah.
So that's where we go. We try to make them programs designed and that they're attainable for the young people.
Barry, that's as good as it gets.
Rowan, thank you very much for your time.
Indeed. Go well.
Thank you very
You're
much.
now going to take your message off to the Banbridge campus.
Is correct.
We'll play you some music.